Hi, Shemai. I'm KM James. I'm an aspiring author, and I'm here doing vlog number 3 in my car, waiting for my son at his piano lesson. I feel like I spend most of my time waiting for my child in a car. So I thought I may as well do a vlog while I'm here. I'm quite excited actually. Over the weekend, I started planning a short series, a short story series. And I've never ever written a short story before. It is a totally new concept to me. I don't read many of them. So that's my first goal really, is to read up on more. Novellas is another one I don't know a huge amount about, but I have started reading them. So this is a short story, and I want it to be a series of 6. I want to use it as a freebie to entice people to join my newsletter. And I thought 6 would be a really nice number because for 6 weeks, then they get 1 a week to show like a thank you, really, for being involved in things that I do and for being there. I do have some more ideas after that then for what else I can give, because I love to write. So writing short stories, I can imagine, is something that I could do quite quickly as well. So a short story is going to be about 6,000 or 7,000 words. It can't be more than 7,000. Otherwise, we're going into novella territory. And each one has to be its own story. It has to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And because I want to do a series over 6, I want to make sure that my series have an overarching lesson. A character arc is happening throughout the entire series. So the series itself has a beginning, there's a middle, and there's an end. And then that is then broken down. So what I did on the weekend is I took my 2 characters, who are 2 characters from my Hearts of Cwmberdyn series. So my first book of Chasing Promises is with Bryn and Lauren. And the characters I'm using for this short story is Bryn's mother, Elin, and his father, Dai. The name may change by the end, but that's where it is at the moment. And it's their story from when they first met, when they were 18, so going back in time. And then it's the story then, each one goes a few years in advance each time. And it's how they grew together and how they had their family and things like that. So it's going to be a really nice nostalgic introduction to the Cwmberdyn series, and I'm really excited about writing it. I did get really into it over the weekend. I wished I'd had more time. I'm going to be calling it something like Chasing Time, because it's nothing to do with the fact that it's back in time, but because that is what they're doing essentially. They're moving through time together, and they are chasing time that is running out. I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm finding that part's going to be hard to write, I think. But also good for me as a writer to start doing things like that. So we've got our 6 stories, overarching character arc. So what I did was I planned out the character arc. So Dai and Elin now both have misbeliefs. What do they go into that story believing? That is created from something from their past. I use Story Genius method in order to start my stories, really. I always start my stories with my characters. The why they're doing it. The what they're doing doesn't matter. That doesn't come in for ages. But the why they're doing what they're doing. So we start with the misbelief, and then I always look, where are they going to end up? What's the story lesson at the end? What are they going to learn by the end of all of this? So on my series, it's going to go from their misbelief, 6 stories, all the way up to what they learn at the end. And then within that, each story of 6,000 words, say 5 scenes, is going to be a little mini arc within it, leading them up to that end lesson at the end. This is the theory. It sounds wonderful in theory. It sounds like it's tied up in a beautiful, neat little bow. It may not be how it ends up, but that's where I've started. So I've got all my character arcs done. I've worked out what my mini ones are going to be. And from that, I got a bit of the what are they doing and stuff in order for it to resonate and to make sense, really. And I also know that I want to use special Welsh events to capture these. So the first story is based in the Royal Welsh Show, which is a show that happens every year. It's a very famous show in Wales, and it takes place in Builth Wells, somewhere that I went as a teenager as well. We used to go to see the horses, and every Wednesday it was Welsh Cob Day. Every year, a Wednesday, it was Welsh Cob Day, and that's the day we always used to go to the show. So I've built it around that. The second story then is covering in the Eisteddfod, which is a Welsh competition, I suppose, with singing, reciting, different poetry, all sorts of things go on in the Eisteddfod. So it's based on that, and then I want another story later on then where they're taking their kids to the Eisteddfod, you know, Bryn and all of them to the Eisteddfod to compete and stuff. I thought it'd be a really nice little circular thing, and I'll come up with some other ideas as well. I want there to be a Welsh element in every single story because it's what I know, it's who I am, it's my culture, it's my heritage, and it's magical. So I want to bring that magic to other people. Share the love. So that's where I am. It's an exciting, I love this stage, the beginning stage of writing a story. It is my absolute favourite, is the planning side of it, until I get totally fed up of it and then I just start writing. But I'm not there yet. After I've done this now, my next step is to look at the what. Now I know the why, I'm going to look at, so what is actually happening from bit to bit. And then I'll go deeper into the structure and things like that. Now, if you are interested in how this goes, I am very happy to share my process and how I build from the why of the character, from their misbelief, using Story Genius's method, how I use AI, what I use AI for, what elements I use it for, and I'm happy to do that in a video to show. So if you're interested in something like that, or in seeing how these short stories turn out, hit that like, that subscribe button, and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see. What are you interested in? I also use Plotter to plan out my things. So if you're interested in me, I can show you my short story in Plotter and how I build it out from there, and then how I throw it out the window and just end up writing. But yes, that is it. So if you're interested, let me know. Otherwise, until next time, I've been KM James. I always forget my surname. I've been KM James, aspiring author, and I shall catch you next time. Hwyl fawr.